Catching the morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jodie and Hayesy on Nova.
Friday, live at your school. We are back coming to you live from St Francis Xavier's at Wynn, Vale. So many activities, Joe.
I know, and there's a kid going cocoa bananas. He's just like run and fly kick the Jenga.
Yeah.
So it's gone everywhere.
That's what you do. I don't know about you, but I was impressed.
Yeah.
I was really impressed.
And now you want to do it. Well, you can't because you're an adult, so stop.
I'm just living vicariously through some of these children. It doesn't apply to us, but it got us thinking, who was famous that came to your school, 13, 24, 10? Because I feel like it's such an impressionable age, particularly in primary school, when someone turns up and you worship them, whether it's a footballer or a movie star or someone, everything that they do and they say stays with you in your head for your entire life.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
I choose to take the fifth on this one.
What do you mean?
I'm not going to tell you.
Why?
Because if I say who came to my high school, you're going to be like, oh, you're so old.
Old?
Yeah.
How old are we talking?
You're going to be like, oh, was it Captain Cook?
Was it Jesus Christ? Wow. That is a long time ago. Was it Captain Cook? Jeez, how much would it cost to get Captain Cook to your school?
We had one of the biggest soap stars.
What's his fee?
We had one of the biggest soap stars from back in the day, from this soap that was epic at the time. She came to our school, Ogilvy High School in Newtown, Tasmania.
Wow, So what was the show?
Okay, we promise you'll behave.
I promise I will not behave.
Okay. It was Pat the Rat from Sons and Daughters.
Okay.
13, 24, 10. We'd love to hear from you if Pat the Rat rings a bell. She was enormous. She was the biggest villain on Australian TV.
Right. Okay.
You got nothing.
Friends with Jesus Christ. Pat the Rat. Okay, we'll do some research on that. That's a sub-question as well. Who the hell is Pat the Rat? And what the hell is Sons and Daughters? 13, 24, 10.
Right, okay. I would appreciate some support on this. If you've got time to call 13 24 10 and let us know.
Oh, quite seriously though, who was a famous person that came to your school and what sort of impression did they leave on you? I went to a school 100 k's north of Wagga Wagga.
Yeah.
A genuine country school. There was 16 kids.
Yeah.
And I was the only one in my year.
Yep.
And there was no one in the year above. You know what that meant, baby?
What?
School captain 2 years in a row. Never been done before. I thought I was going to be Prime Minister. Turned out it was just a technicality. Shannon Grant was playing for the Sydney Swans at the time before he went off to North Melbourne.
Okay.
They made a school visit.
Yep.
A couple of the other Swans boys, but I remember speaking to Shannon Grant, and I just made the New South Wales team at the time.
Yeah.
And I remember telling him how big of a deal that was. Even as a 12-year-old.
You were obnoxious.
I mean, one, yes. But two, even as a 12-year-old, and even now as a 38-year-old, I can't pick up cues. But even back then, I was like, do you know what? I'm not 100% sure he's into this conversation. He's not invested in this conversation as probably he should be.
Oh, dear. Let's go to Raya. Hello.
Good morning.
Who was famous at your school?
So we actually went to school together, and it was Kyle Chalmers.
Oh, went to Emmanuel.
Yeah, so we actually went to school in Port Lincoln together.
Oh.
And then we also went to school in Adelaide together.
Yeah, very nice. So does that mean, Ray, you can say that you are genuinely friends with Kyle? And if so, what's he like?
Oh, look, we all make mistakes, and our frontal lobes aren't developed when we're younger, so we probably do some things and say some things that are a bit mean at times.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you get older, I think you realise that, life's short, and sometimes, I don't know. Look, I mean, he was all right, but I think also there was so much pressure and stuff. Like, towards the end, we hardly ever saw him. So much training and dedication.
Oh, intense, and especially for an Olympic swimmer.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Like the early mornings, just following the line and everything comes winner. Absolutely brutal.
Look what's just come through. Danny, who came to your school? Tell us, please.
Oh, the big Tony Modra, number 6, Adelaide Crows.
Modra! Yes!
What was he like?
Yeah.
He must have done so many school visits back in the day.
Oh, he was huge. I think I grew up as a Port Adelaide supporter, believe it or not, sitting on my dad's lap watching the Maggies, and I came home one day and I said, Dad, I'm going for the Crows. I met Tony Modra.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, yeah.
So,
And how many women at that time would have just been like, we go for the Crows now because of Tony Modra?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet your old man was like, you Port Adelaide through and through, but God, I've got a soft spot for two blokes, and that's Rashudo and Modra.
Exactly right. Let's go to Vicky from... Thank you, Danny. Let's go to Vicky from Semaphore Park. Hey, Vicky. Who came to your school?
Hi there. Well, I thought you said who you'd met that was famous. I was going to say Danny Minogue, but I've just met her. Wasn't at school, but Modra went to my friend's school and said all the ladies, all the mothers, that he was so charismatic. She couldn't take her eyes off him. She said he was so lovely, Vic. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And she said, yes, he is. I haven't actually ever seen him in real life, only on the football team, you know. But she said, in person, he is just wonderful. He's just, they were just gobsmacked, you know, they just loved him.
He's a lovely guy, but here's the thing about Tony Modra, and I reckon back in the day as well, people would be like, oh, there's Tony Modra, let's go talk to him. They go, g'day, Tony, how are you? And he'd go, I'm good, thanks. And they go, oh, he's perfect. Oh, my gosh.
What a dream, man. Should we take one more? Thank you, Vicky. Let's go to Kat. Hey, Kat. Who came to your school?
Maggie Beer.
Maggie Beer?
Yes.
Yeah, I was working in the Territory Education Department and I coordinated a tour and she came and I just thought she is just fantastic.
Yeah.
And since moving to South Australia, I now work for Maggie Beer.
Oh, there you go.
What?
What a circle.
So,
I was going to say, Kat, I hope she brought a big platter with quince paste and all her beautiful goodies with her and her pate.
Yeah.
Oh, I have lots of little goodie samples that have been given to me. But I also wanted to let you know I do remember Patricia from Sons and Daughters.
Thank you.
As well.
Thank you, Kat.
So,
I
whether you want to
appreciate
class
you.
me at all, but that was our ring home. As soon as we heard it ringing through the neighbourhood, that's when all the kids got home.
There we go.
Okay,
Beautiful.
Kat, so if you got that same sort of school visit, is that something that would really resonate with you, do you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Kat's all about her.
There you go.
Okay,
I
Kat and
knew you'd
Pat.
get some support.
Thank you. Thank you very
Kat.
much, Kat. Thank you. Well, there you go.
Keep the calls coming through as well, 13 24 10. And text us as well, 0400 919 919, the famous people that turned up to your school. I wonder how many kids saw Tony Modra back in the day.
Well, every
and how many
time we
schools he went
talk
to.
about it, we just get calls from people saying it was Tony Modra.
Absolute rock star.
Godra.
What comes with school as well is these really complicated school lunchboxes.
Well, why do you look so dazed and confused? I bet you've never packed one in your life.
It's very confusing when I watch my beautiful wife, Cara, put together
God.
these absolute little masterpieces.
Oi, listen, Sunday nights, you're at home, you're not doing anything. Why aren't you preparing the school lunches for the week?
It's very, very true, because I'll get it wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing.
No, but don't play that. Don't play that card. That is so triggering. You're doing that, saying, I'm so hopeless at it, just so you don't have to do it.
Yeah.
We're on to you, boys. Don't worry about it.
Oh, one of these days, eh? One of these days. What about this as well? A lady by the name of Caroline talking about some school lunches and just a little bit of feedback from the teachers. So she posted this on TikTok. She's revealed that her 3-year-old daughter arrived home one afternoon saying her teacher told her to eat her good foods before her bad foods. This meant the toddler had to eat her sandwich and cucumbers before her cookie, which Caroline explained goes against what she tries to teach her little girl about food neutrality.
Food neutrality.
Which I completely understand. So what she did was she sent a letter back to the teacher. Little girl's name is Evelyn. She said, hi. And you can imagine how passive-aggressive a note
So
is.
passive-aggressive.
Because you don't know tone.
Don't ever cross a passive-aggressive mother who's been criticised in a lunchbox. Don't ever do it. Stupid.
The note reads, hi, Evelyn has our permission to eat lunch in any order she chooses. None of her foods are good or bad. They are just food.
Yeah.
Thanks, Caroline, plus the husband, Joey.
Oh, Caroline and Joey.
Yeah.
Two of them.
So I can absolutely understand where Caroline is coming from, because I've got a 5-year-old, you've got a 3-year-old, you've got several hundred daughters, all different ages. And what we learn really, really quickly is there's no water. The first time you send your kid off to school, you go, here's what's going to happen.
Yep.
We're going to give them some poached vegetables, maybe a couple little slices of meat, and then for dessert, maybe a little fruit platter. And if they're really lucky, maybe some cheese and
Yeah,
crackers.
maybe some sort of charcuterie board or whatever that thing's called.
Yes, all of a sudden you're trying to convince your 3-year-old to even consume a deep-fried Mars bar because they won't eat anything.
Yeah, and then next minute you're making some sort of reindeer reindeer out of grapes. What the hell happens? My God. I picked up my kid from kindy the other day and the teacher goes to me, I'm so sorry. She came to me and she said she didn't like her Vegemite wrap.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's unlucky because that's what she's getting every day until year 12.
Yeah, and we're very consistent with that. And that feedback doesn't really sit well with the toddlers there. They don't go, okay, well, if you're going to play this, I say, I'm just not going to eat anything. Sometimes Lottie comes home from ELC and we're like, did she eat? Well, she ate nothing from her lunchbox, but she did eat a piece of cardboard and a branch. And we're like, but, okay, was it a fresh branch? And they're like, oh, yeah, fresh off the tree. Well, that's good. That's nice fibre.
Good girl, Lottie. High five.
What about the response that you get from your teachers if you got a letter home from your kid?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
with
my
some feedback.
I would go crazy.
Yeah. Or Summer comes home and Summer goes, hey, Mum, the teacher said to me, what's going on with Jodie's eye? I saw her on the news last night.
Here's what you're waking up to, Adelaide.
What's in the news today?
Your post-snooze news.
This is where we like to go around the room, your top 3 stories that you need to know about today. Firstly, let's go to our girl Abby in the newsroom. What you got for us, Abs?
Good morning. So obviously it's March the 1st, which means summer is officially over. How devastating. Sorry, Zoe's yelling at me. Smoking and vaping, though, has now been outlawed in more public places across South Australia. So it basically means that outdoor swimming pools, children's sporting events, beaches...
I think we might have a few problems hearing from Abby there, which, I don't know, can she just yell louder or something?
I thought Abs was just taking a big run up.
Yeah.
Really firing up. We thought, all right, just a couple of real solid deep breaths.
Oh, Abs in the general. It's
classic.
Classic Abby.
If I had a nickel every time that happened, I'd tell you what, I'll be buying breakfast.
Well, let's talk about Tones and I then, if Abs isn't around. She has smashed a Spotify record, 3 billion streams for this song, Dance Monkey. Can you believe it? How good. Beating Taylor Swift of all people. Unbelievable stuff.
Yeah, that's amazing. So that's something you can absolutely hang your hat on. Oh, sorry, who was your direct competition? Just the one and only Taylor Swift?
Isn't that? She, Tones and I obviously sang before Pink the other night, and she sounds as good in person as she does through your wireless.
She's very unique too.
Yeah.
The way that she sings, everything she does. And obviously now, and her story is amazing. What was it? She was busking at Byron Bay or something. So you love her story, but also now there's got to be a point of difference to try and cut through in this market.
Yeah.
And that's why she's so bloody successful.
And
she's awesome.
She's so down to earth. She brought her grandmother out on stage in Melbourne. How good was that?
Yeah, that was really cool. Do you know what? Enough of that chat about all things related to Nova.
Newsy.
I know you've been waiting ever since you got here at 5:15. You're like, please tell me you're going to do a cricket update.
Was there more cricket on overnight?
Yeah,
I mean, did they ever not play?
First test started yesterday between Australia and New Zealand. Yeah. And the best thing about this is New Zealand's actually really good.
Yes.
So this is going to be a very good test match. Kiwis won the toss. Australia batted first, 9 for 279 on the greenest deck that you've ever seen in your life. Unfortunately, our boys Travis Head and Alex Carey didn't get the scores they'd like, but Cam Green, 103, hit a 4 off the last ball of the day to bring up his second ton.
Great.
How good.
That's good stuff.
You're shaking with excitement.
Oh, am I? I just think they play too much cricket, that's all.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, it sort of all bleeds into one, yeah.
No, I just sort of feel like that you don't appreciate a good thing when it's there.
Oh, really?
Come on. No, you don't.
You're talking about my personal life now?
No, I'm not talking about your personal life, but because of your personal life, you're cricketed out. You've seen far too much cricket than the average person. If I could marry a test cricketer, I would. And get my cricket fix. Not quite the case, though.
Well, I'd like to see you tab it on Davey Warner and see how you go.
See what happens. I'll try and fight off Candace. There you go. That is your post-snooze news. Very special time of the week right now as well. It's a real good opportunity for you to just vent.
Yeah, well, it's not venting. It's just diarising my thoughts for the week. And this week was a little bit back to front, I have to say that. And, of course, your suggestion that I become a pirate also gets a mention.
Yeah, well, just on that as well, if you're tuning in for the first time, Jodie turned up yesterday unannounced at the studio with just the bungest of bung eyes that you've ever seen.
No,
so
it's not that bad.
She's got a burst blood vessel in her right eye, and it's taking up most of your eyeball.
Okay.
That's fair enough.
All right.
It's quite confronting.
Okay.
And just to paint a bit of a picture, last night was sitting in the newsroom
Oh,
at
here
Channel
we go.
7.
Yeah.
And I'll say who it was. It was Tom Wilson and also Robbie Cornthwaite was sitting there just working away like absolute beavers, as we do. and then we can hear in the background Channel 10 going. And it says, let's go to Jodie now. And Tommy goes, oh, look, your mate's on. And I go, hang on, is she about to go on camera? Check out her bung eye. And then you came on screen and we both at the same time, all of us, a threesome go, ooh, whoa.
Like, it wasn't that bad. And I said to my boss, I was like, I can go on camera, but I've got this. She's like, no, it's fine.
She was like, here you go, and gave you a patch.
Anyway, let's just play the diary, shall we?
Jodie's Diary.
Dear Diary, well, this was a good old-fashioned opposite week where everything was topsy-turvy. Am I right, Abby?
And Robbie Margot has stunned at the Screen Actors Guild Awards wearing a mini dress with Barbie pink sash.
Thanks, Smith Abbey.
And because it's opposite week and I'm normally really attractive, but this week I wasn't because my eyeball combusted with a burst blood vessel and Hayesy had a few suggestions, most of them pirate-based.
Down as well. So,
good.
what do we do, Joe? Do we get you a patch? You know, all those types of things. Anyway, we just got a nice little text that came through before saying, tell Jodie I heard Captain Jack Sparrow is assembling a crew if she's looking for another job. He pays in shillings. I'm sure she's used to that currency from back in her day.
And because it's opposite week, Michael Bolton is really cool again, you guys.
Oh, my God. There's so many different layers to that text, isn't there? Mm-hmm. Please keep text coming through. 0400 919 919.
Why is the rum gone?
Who knows why the rum's gone? But Captain Jack Sparrow could have a new mate.
And because it's opposite week, Hayesy now likes men.
Oh, man, I'd run through a brick wall for John Aikens. He could motivate me to do some outrageous things.
And it wasn't just our resident maths pretend psychologist on the radar. Our boy Tom Wren caught the big fella's eye.
Electric. It's like the chemistry between you and I. It's electric.
Watch out.
And watch out, boys, because Hayesy is hungry. Like, really hungry.
There's a lot of anxiety that comes with song.
Well, I don't like to think about it.
Why are you upset? You're leading.
You're the predator.
I'm hungry too. I'm hungry for some sex. I'm hungry for redemption. I said success, by the way.
It sounded like something different.
I swear my brain and my tongue are trying to be in sync.
Well, they're not. And while Hayesy loves men, Abs had one of those weeks where she hates every single one of them.
No, I'm not single this week, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Just it's an ever-changing and evolving situation over the weekend. We can't keep up. I'm sorry.
Hey, Abs, what gives you the, I'm not sure, a permanent relationship?
Even Michael Bolton? And finally, we learnt just what goes on in Andrew Hayes' brain. Cut it out, monkey. It's way more than that. And did you know, Andrew Hayes, most people, probably not you, have 26,000 thoughts a day. 26,000 thoughts go through your mind. Yeah, this is a true fact.
Yeah. I have 26 thoughts.
So while we leave Andrew with his thoughts, go off this weekend, Michael Bolton. All my love, Jodie.
Let's get ready to rumble. Ladies and gentlemen, Battle of the Bangers.
This is how we roll. It's tied at 3-3. So we have a theme for the week. You choose a song, I choose a song. They go head to head. You get to vote on the Jodie and Hayesy Instagram page. Whoever wins gets to play their song at 8 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, and this is where your cleverness really shines, isn't it?
Oh, okay, don't be sarcastic
Because
about
you
it.
like to, or you just like to go in a different direction, like to think outside of the box when it comes to this theme.
Because it is a leap year. And what about this remarkably? I did a little story yesterday. There was a dad who was born on a leap year, had a child born on the leap year day as well. What about that? Right here in Adelaide.
I did see some stories as well. There was like, what, an 84-year-old who was like, it's my 21st
It's my
birthday.
21st, yes. That was Pat out at Tea Tree Gully. I went to her house and we had cake and champagne.
Yeah, see, that's fine. That's completely fine when you get older. You say she's 21, but not so good when you turn and say, this is my girlfriend, she's 8 years old. It can work against you.
Anyway.
That's what we're saying.
We digress. The theme this week was Leap for Leap Year. And the collective noun for a group of leopards is leap.
That's
Therefore,
clever.
I've gone Def Leppard. Pour some sugar on me, baby.
I won't dislike your song, but I can't. It's a great tune. There you go. All right. You know I'm a simple man.
Yeah. Oh.
So when you say leap, I think jump. So I've gone House of Pain, jump around. A good tune, though. And like you said, Joe, it's tied at 3 apiece. The score, as we speak, when you jump on and hit a little vote at Jodie and Hayesy on Instagram, is 53% to 47%.
Oh, that's tight, isn't it?
It's real tight.
Okay. All right. Make sure you get voting.
All right. A few little last-minute votes to potentially swing it either way. Jodie and Hayesy at Instagram, we're going to reveal the winning song at 8 o'clock.
Battle of the Bangers.
Battle of the Bangers. Just a little contest between two fierce musical warriors, but we have good intentions, and that is for you to start your Friday right.
That's exactly right. We have a theme each and every week. This week's theme was leap, and I figure that a group of leopards is called a leap. That's the collective noun. So Def Leppard. This song, thank you very much. As all the mums collectively in the crowd at St Francis Xavier's go off.
Damn it, I hate it when I love your song.
Yeah.
It hurts, doesn't it?
I know, it hurts your soul.
I don't even want to endorse mine anymore. But mine was a much more simple theme, and that, of course, if it's leap, then I just think of jumping around. So here's a bit of House of Pain.
Jump up and get down.
All right, so all we know is that it is tight. It's a very, very tight vote, and they've been very, very tight over the last sort of couple of weeks. But enter camera guy Josh, who is the ultimate hype guy, by the way, with all the kids, doing a sensational job here at Xavier's at Vale.
I mean, it helps that I'm also a massive child. So
Yeah, it does help.
Just connecting with your people.
Yeah.
Take us through it, Josh. What have we got?
All right, well, there's a lot on the line here because Jodie said earlier this morning that if she gets up, she's going to explain the meaning of pour some sugar on me to all of
the
these
children.
kids.
Yes.
Right.
So,
I'm really rooting for your song.
yeah, we really hope you get up here, Jodie. Can I get a drum roll, please? And it is Jodie Oddie!
Yes. Uh-oh.
All right. Let's spend the next 20 or so seconds. Explain to us, Jodie Oddie. Def Leppard. Pour some sugar on me.
there was
What does that even mean? What, are we making a smoothie here or what?
There was a boy and he just felt like a cup of tea, and so he said to his girlfriend, "Do you have any sugar?" And she said, "Yeah, look, I'll come and pour it on you."
How many sugars? 1 or 2?
2.
This is crazy.
Maybe 3.
I had no idea.
Depending how thirsty he was.
And who would have thought that it would turn into a genuine hit that would stand the test of time?
Yeah, let's play it,
Such
please.
a simple subject. All right. Your winning song for this week's Battle of the Bangers, which takes Jodie Oddie to 4, leaving me in the aftermath on 3.
Yes.
Pour Some Sugar on Me by Def Leppard.
Let's go.
Enjoy. Let's speak to someone who is very, very important here, but the most important person in the school.
Instills fear in all the children. No, he doesn't. Absolutely not. Good morning, Jason. You are the principal here.
I am indeed. Thank you for having us.
What a magnificent little school you've got.
Oh, it's amazing. I'm blessed every day to be here.
Yeah, and talk us through little Molly here.
Well, Molly is our well-being dog. It's her first birthday. How exciting is that, guys? Yes,
she
just jumped a mile, didn't she?
She just jumped a mile. Those cheers are for you, Molly. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, little Molly.
Now, I heard a little rumour that you like to have games here on Friday afternoons.
We do.
What sort of games? Like cornhole, cards,
Cornhole, Jenga, Finska, the whole lot. We love it as a staff and that sort of stuff with the kids.
Kids, is it true that your principal hasn't won in a very long time and he also has been accused of cheating? Is that any of that true?
Who's giving this information out, I wonder?
I've got inside information from some of the teachers here. Don't worry about that.
I know who they are. I know where they live.
Hey, kids, can we just get some feedback? Do you like your principal? Is he a good principal? Yeah!
Oh, you're lucky you said that, guys.
Yeah.
Well done.
Otherwise, detention en masse.
I've got to say, can you just describe to us as well the school, because it's almost like, it feels like
a school camp.
It feels like a camp because you're in amongst the bush and there's some cabins and all sorts of things. It's quite unique.
Yeah, it's beautiful. When you got here this morning, you've heard the kookaburras going wild. So we've got koalas here as well. It's a beautiful school nestled in the suburb of Wynn, Vale. So we're very blessed. We've got a nature play. We've got chickens. We've got bearded dragons. We've got hopping mice. We've got the whole lot here. And wonderful children, aren't they great?
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for having us this morning.
Pleasure.
We've had an absolute blast.
And thanks for coming out for Molly's first birthday. And it's our also Clean Up Australia Day today. So we've got the Education Minister, Blair Boyer, coming out soon as well. So that should be great.
Gee, big Friday, isn't it?
Oh, we don't muck around here at St. Francis.
No, absolutely not. Jason, thank you so much for having us.
No worries. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. So if you want us to go to your school as well, make sure you jump on the Nova Player, register your details. We could come out for Friday's live at your school as Molly has eaten something
Molly
she definitely
should not have eaten that.
So Jason's just going to fish that out of her mouth. It's Jodie and Hayesy coming to you live from St. Francis Xavier's at Wynn Vale. Good morning.
Fitzy Fridays, Fitzy Fridays. Da, 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 da. Fitzy Fridays.
It's a wonderful, courageous, flawless and beautiful Ryan Fitzgerald. Good morning to you, Fitzy.
How good is it when you have visitors at the school? Like it's even if it's just even if a dog runs into the school or a bird flies into your class, it's something different. It's amazing.
Yes. Yeah, and a real baseline here at St. Francis Xavier's, Fitzy, because one of the kids actually just said to Hayesy, "Did you play for Centrals?"
Oh, wow!
How
Big
good.
Bulldogs fan.
Yes, because and this is showing the age now because his granddad told him.
Oh.
That is brilliant. Can I just tell you, so I was at Flaxmill Primary School, we got the call up one day, we're going to have a special guest coming to the school today. It's Mark, Chairman of the Boards, Davis from the Adelaide 36ers.
Oh.
Yes.
And then, so everyone had to stand up and line up at the free throw line, and if you got one in, you got a chocky milk, a choc mint chocky milk. And oh my gosh, Jodes, I was so nervous. I just fresh area. I didn't even hit the rim. I was hopeless.
Oh no! See, back when Mark Davis played as well, that you didn't get a free Hungry Jack's Whopper when the players missed either, did you?
Yeah, that's right. If they missed, you got a voucher as well. But
exactly right.
They don't do that much anymore. I suppose a few of the Crows and the Port players go out, but not many sporting people go out to schools.
No, they don't. Hey, Fitzy, I don't know if you would have played or crossed paths with him, but I was saying before that Shannon Grant came out to my school when he was at the Swans, and I remember as an 11-year-old telling him that I just made the New South Wales side, and even then as an 11-year-old I was like, man, he's not interested in this conversation.
He probably would have been 0.05 still after a night before with a few of the lads.
It's at the Beckham Hotel.
I do remember at the Swans, it was compulsory that you did have to go out to some schools. But, geez, they were a bit of a drain because, if you did have a few drinks the night before, the kids would pick it up straight away.
So poor old Shannon Grant was made to go to Hayesy's school against his will and then stand there and persevere while some little upstart told him he was going to play AFL.
Yeah, that's right. And guess what? I told him I'd play AFL one day, and guess what, Shannon? Yeah, I was off the mark there. But hey, Fitzy, before we let you go, I just want to introduce you to a young kid called Mitchell because he's got the age-old question that's still doing the rounds at the school circuit. Mitchell, what is it?
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
And the final answer belongs to Ryan Fitzgerald. What is it, Fitzy?
A traditional pizza, I would say no, but in Australia, I would say yes. Jeez, I think it's a resounding yes there at the school for sure.
Okay, I'm going to get the kids to say goodbye to you now, Fitzy. On the count of three, say, see you, Fitzy! 1, 2, 3! See you,
Fitzy!
Oh, that is magnificent. That's my alarm clock. That's how I'm woken every morning.
That's a young Fitzgerald just waking up Dad.
Fitzy, thanks so much for having a chat.
We're going back in time. Hayesys on this daisy.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know what day or month it is. Hang on, what's going on? Oh, it's Friday.
What?
Ah, come on. Yes, we're back. My mood can shift so aggressively like that, isn't it?
1 minute you're up, next minute you're down, and then you're back up again. Woo!
Friday, 1st of March, let's take a little trip down memory lane. 1994, Justin Bieber was born in Ontario, Canada. Today is his 30th birthday.
Oh, HB.
He's packed some life into it, hasn't he? 30 years old. It's because he was so young when he started.
He was a baby, wasn't he?
It was like he's about 45 or 50.
Literally released a song before his voice broke.
Crazy.
Crazy. You're crazy, girl.
Spot on. 1987, Kesha was born in California. Today is her 37th birthday. Remember when she got brutally blanked by Seinfeld?
Oh, yes.
He was like, don't touch me.
Yeah. He was like, I don't even know who you are. Embarrassing.
2022 DC film The Batman, starring Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz, premieres in New York.
Ooh.
You a comic book person?
Oh, do I look like a comic book person to you?
You look like a Superman type person.
Do I?
Yeah.
Okay, definitely not.
Maybe Ant-Man. I don't even know the comments. Number one song on March 1st, 2001, Love Don't Cost a Thing by J-Lo. I reckon it would cost a fair bit if you were in a relationship with J-Lo.
Certainly would.
You know what I mean?
She ain't free.